Hi guys, my name is Jessica. I'm going to show you an ankle tape today. First I'll show you the materials that we're going to use. First, QDA is to increase the stickiness of the skin so that the tape can adhere to the skin. That way it makes it easier so the tape doesn't slip and become loose. Use your pre-wrap. Always, it protects the athlete's skin from the tape irritation. Also protects the hair from being pulled. And of course the athletic tape itself. And that's what we'll do the ankle tape with. Alright, first, this is the ankle. You'll have them you'll tell your athlete to stay in dorsiflexion, just like that, the entire tape job. You'll apply your QDA on the bottom of the foot and all around the sides, so you have full coverage over the ankle. First, before you apply the QDA, it's good to ask if they have any allergies to any adhesive materials, because it can cause a rash if they are allergic to it. You just want to be mindful of that. If they are allergic, you can just go without the QDA. That's perfectly fine. Alright, so you apply the pre-wrap. You start distal to proximal.
I don't know how to stand.
And you just do a spiral all the way up their leg, around the ankle. Make sure it's completely covered. You don't want any places open. You go all the way up to the junction where the gastroc turns into tendon. Okay, he's completely covered. Alright, so you start with your tape. You'll do 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 proximal anchors, depending on how long the individual's leg is. You want to cover up by half. That way that you don't have any open spaces between the tape. I'll do one more. So I did 4 on him. Again, you can do 2 to 3 or 3 or 4, depending on the individual's ankle. And you'll do 2 distal anchors, starting at the top, covering it by half and going down. That just gives you nice coverage, just like that. Alright? Next thing you do is 3 stirrups. You'll start medial and go lateral. That way you're getting the support on the the lateral side. So my pull is laterally. And I just lay it down nice and flat, just like that. And again, you're covering up by half on the medial side, going to the lateral side. See how I'm pressing the tape down to make sure that the tape doesn't come up, and I get a good pull and the pull stays. It gives him support for his ankle. Again, cover it by half, making sure that your stirrups meet your proximal anchors that you laid down. That's what they're there for, so that the tape can adhere and stay. Alright? You do 2 to 3 horseshoes. You don't want to cover the heel, so this is going to be open here. Again, covering up by half. Keep your foot dorsiflex for me, please. Just like that. Alright, I only had to do 2 because my stirrups met my proximal anchor, so there's no space here. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is figure 8s. You're going to do 1 where you're pulling laterally and 1 where you change direction and pulling medially. So you want to meet the top of the joint, right where everything crosses. You're going to go up at a 45-degree angle, just like that, around the bottom of the foot. You're going to make an X at the top. See, this is your starting tape, and that's your bottom or your top tape. And you go around the ankle itself, and you finish. Again, you start at the top of the joint, go around the bottom of the foot, meet your starting point, go around the ankle. I'm going to go the opposite direction. Make sure your tape kind of stays flat. Start at the top of the joint, go around the bottom of the foot, meet your starting point, go around the lower leg. Just like that. Okay, so that's 2 figure 8s. Keep your foot dorsiflex, please. And you'll have to remind your patient a lot of times, or your athlete a lot of times, to keep their foot dorsiflex, because they'll become lazy and let their foot fall. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is called heel locks. So this is a teardrop shaped tape job, or a tape application. So you start again at that same spot, but you're angling down towards the heel. You're going to come down, wrap around that heel, and come back up. Alright, I'm going to do 1 right on top of it, because there's 4 that you'll do. Start right there, angle down towards the heel, but you're going to go around it. Just like that. And meet at the top. I'll do 2 on the other side. Angling down towards the heel. So you can see me now how I went around it. And I meet back at the top. Again, my last heel lock. Going down towards the heel. Now I'm wrapping around that heel, locking it in. That's why it's called a heel lock. And meeting back at the top. So again, that was 2 figure 8s, 1 in each direction. 4 heel locks, that's 2 in each direction. So now you want to cover your tape job. So you'll do 1 distal anchor just to cover those. And then you'll start at the bottom and you'll go proximal. So distal to proximal. Covering it by half each time. And because of the angle of the leg, you're going to have to angle your tape so it lays down nice and flat. Don't fight the tape. There you go. And that's ankle tape, nice and stable. And that's it.
Good job.